What is up, folks? It's Hobo Tim here, back once again to bring you the announcements and everything else for today. We got our usual 3 segments that we got going on for y'all today, folks. We're going to start out with Hobo Tim's announcements because it would not be a Hobo Tim time without Hobo Tim's announcements. The second thing we got going on for all of y'all today is we're going to be heading into Not Top 5 with my great friend Hobo Tim, and then we're going to be finishing it out with a good old segment of the old Gospel Tim, folks. I'm excited for you to hear about some epic things today. Let's get right into it.
Yo, my name is Hobo Tim, you probably know my cousin Jim. I make all these cool vids so you can know some things, kid.
What is up, folks? Hobo Tim is here. Now it's time for Hobo Tim's announcements, folks. Okay, we got ourselves 3 announcements this week, plus a little bit something extra at the end of Hobo Tim's announcements, folks. And the first announcement that we have for you, folks, is that on December 26th. That is Sunday, December 26th, folks. There's going to be no youth group because, obviously, it's the day after Christmas. So be with your family. Be a good family person. Don't come to youth group because there won't be nobody here. And that announcement carries much weight into exactly the next announcement, which is that on Sunday, January 2nd. Folks, we're into January 2022. That's incredible, but folks, what that means is there's going to be no youth group on that night either. So be with your family right after New Year's Eve. Please, actually New Year's, but you know what I mean. Be with your family. Don't come to youth group. There will be nobody here, folks. And that puts us into our third announcement that we have for y'all today. That is once again in January. Incredible. And what that announcement is, folks, is that on January 14th to the 16th, January 14th to the 16th, Friday, January 14th to Sunday, January 16th, is the Entourage Youth Retreat this year, folks. So make sure you get that down in your calendars. I'm sure I'll have more details for you in the future, but I don't today. And folks, those are my 3 announcements. I want to hand it over to my boss guy of Hobo Tim Studios, Spencer Allen, so he can give you a little bit of announcements. Here he is.
What's up, Entourage? It's executive producer and head editor Spencer Allen here, and I've got a couple of very important announcements that I wanted to send out to all of you at the youth group. The first one, kind of the less important one, is that at Hobo Tim Studios, as the main representative for Hobo Tim Studios, I wanted to talk to all of you at youth group. If you're interested in any way of getting involved with any parts of Hobo Tim and its weekly production or any other parts, we have lots of segments and different things that go on our channel that I'm sure you're not aware of. We have Hobo's Highlights, Hobo's Beats, as well as WWA Friday Night Hobo Smackdown, lots of things that you can get involved with. If you're interested in being a part of any of those, please let us know. You can use the email hobotimyt@gmail.com and let us know anytime this week or in the future if you're ever interested in helping. We'd love to have you on our staff. And with that being said, I'll get into the really important announcement that I wanted to personally come to invite you all to, which is that for those of you who are not aware, this Thursday, December 16th, is Nathan Wilhoff's birthday, folks, and this is a very important date for us at Hobo Tim Studios. And so, as a result of that, I'm going to be putting on a surprise birthday party for Nathan. That's going to be Friday. Unfortunately, for some of you folks, you actually have school that day, but for a lot of the schools in the area, that's an off day. There's no school that day. So what we're going to be doing is for that lunch, we're going to have a surprise birthday lunch for Nathan that day, folks. So any of you who can make it, please come, and please don't think that if it just has to be youth group. If you have family or friends or anyone you can think of that would want to be there to support Nathan in his birthday, please invite them. We'd love to have them there. We're going to start around 11:30. Nathan will be arriving at noon, so make sure to try to be there at 11:45 at the very latest, probably 11:30. So that we can prepare, and we'll have a lunch and some snacks and games, and just a couple, probably till about 3 o'clock, just a few hours, just to hang out with Nathan and really show that we support him. If you've got any questions or gift ideas that you want to have for me, you can talk with me on the email, once again, hobotimyt, or others of you know how to get in contact with me personally. Use any resource you can to ask any further questions you have, but those are the details, and we hope to see you all this week. That's all for you. I'll send it back to Hobo Tim.
do this again. We're just friends. Picked you up with a smile on my face. Wanted to end the night in my place. We need to, baby. Baby, let's not.
Thank you, folks, for listening to him about those good announcements, and that's what I've got for you in Hobo Tim's announcements today. Let's head into Not Top 5. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not Top 5. I am your host of Not Top 5, Hobo Tim, and I'm here once again to bring you 5 items of a particular subject that you should never be around or buy or ingest or involve yourself with in any imaginable way. These are terrible products, and they should not exist in the world whatsoever. You want to run the other way from them, people. I advise you to run the other way. And today we're going to be delving into a very interesting topic in fragrance and development and smell. We're going to be talking about the not top 5 colognes, colognes today. So we're going to be talking about fragrances, mad fragrances that are absolutely horrid and disgusting and terrible, and the ideas of them were stupid, and the people that made them should be fired from their jobs eternally because they're just that bad. So here we go. We're going to start out. Once again, remember that we start with number 5, which is the least worst but still pretty awful, and we work our way down to the number 1 worst cologne ever. Just unbelievably terrible. So we're going to start out with number 5, which is, of course, Legend by Michael Jordan. Now, folks, I'm not here to comment about basketball or good sports figures, but I am here to comment about cologne, and I can tell you that Michael Jordan's cologne Legend is absolutely awful, folks. It is horrible. In fact, it's modeled after a man who was a basketball player, which means that he smelled like sweat and garbage, probably for a good majority of his lifetime. So you don't want to smell like that, so we're going to stay away from that. Do not get that, folks. Moving on to the next thing we have is English leather, folks. So I am somewhat of an Englishman. I have a small percentage on my left mother's side, folks. Some type of her was English. So let's actually go ahead and recognize that I am English, but I still do not want to smell like English leather. That's a terrible idea. Awful, 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 awful. No, do not get that. Do not. Not a good idea, okay, folks? So we're now going to be moving on to number 3, folks. And this is a very unique fragrance. It's called The Avengers. There are different ones. There's Iron Man and Captain America and Spider-Man. And once again, these kind of relate to the Michael Jordan Legend one. They are modeled after superheroes who killed people and smell like garbage all of the time. Don't buy the fragrances. Really, really, really bad idea. I get it. Captain America and Iron Man can be charismatic and so powerful, but they are not to be smelled after, okay? Okay, folks, please remember that. Now we'll move on to number 2. We're getting to the very worst of colognes of ever. We're getting to the very worst. We're going to move into one that I'm going to struggle to hold it together, folks, because it is Brut. Folks, you heard that right? Brut is on the screen right now, and you're seeing it. I cannot believe this idea. It's terrible. It is stupid. It's unbelievable. It's literally a couple of letters away from the word butt. You can just tell it smells awful. It's green. It's so bad. Do not ever, just if you see this, just throw it. Just throw it at a wall. Throw it at a wall. And don't let anyone buy it. Okay, folks? So now we're going to get into the number 1 worst fragrance ever. And this one, it makes me lose my mind, folks. Okay, here we go. I'm going to prepare to deliver you the worst male fragrance in the history of the universe. Is in fact by Bodman. It is really ripped abs, folks. Really ripped abs. This is unbelievable. As if a body part has a fragrance. Oh my goodness. What were they thinking? This is so stupid. It smells terrible. And it's a spray bottle. It looks like a spray bottle that you look at your cat that is misbehaving and you take the spray bottle and go squeak, squeak. But that is what it looks like. But it is it's so terrible, folks. Please, never, ever, 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 ever get near this thing. If you see it, burn it. Folks, I have been Hobo Tim for Not Top 5, and this was your awesome segment. Goodbye today. Folks, Hobo Tim, hope you enjoyed Hobo Tim's That's very confusing to say Hobo Tim, Tobo Him. Wow, what confusion. I hope you enjoyed Tobo Him's segment of that top 5, folks. Let's head in to my segment, the old Gospel Tim. What is up, folks? It's Professor Hobo Tim, and I'm here once again to bring you some good old Gospel Tim, folks. Now, today we have another exciting, riveting story, because, folks, how can it not be an exciting, riveting story? Because it's the old Gospel Tim, and that's exactly what we do here, folks. We do exciting, riveting stories. So we're going to start, we got a short one today, folks. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. It's a short one. There's no tootny lessons. There's no elaboration. Just really, really, really simple. This is a common story. I feel like a lot of people probably know. If you don't, you should probably become more educated in the Bible. So we're going to start out, and it's going to be from 2 Kings chapter 2, verses 23 to the end of the chapter, which is 25. So it's only 3 verses, 23, 24, and 25. But folks, let me tell you, those 3 verses, oh, wow, they got some exciting stuff going on in them. So what happens here is Elisha, there's an S and an H in there, not a J. This is not Elijah. This is Elisha, okay? So he has just become the supreme prophet, guide, power, everything. So he's powerful, okay? So he's walking to Bethel. Now, this is before last time we were on the old Gospel Tim, where Bethel and I were completely destroyed. They're not destroyed yet. So we went back in time a little bit. So they're still there, and he's walking to Bethel when some boys, not unlike some of the boys that I might be presenting this to at youth group, decide that it'd be funny if they started calling it Baldy, because that's what you do when you're a teenage boy and you're in Bethel. Yeah, that's probably why Bethel needed to get destroyed, because their kids were misbehaving, calling people Baldy all the time. So they start calling Elijah Baldy, and Elijah doesn't like that. So basically what he does is he says, "Hey, God, I need a curse on these people right now." And then what happens is that there was a lot of boys, because this next line, I'm going to read it to you, encapsulates how many boys there were. And it also encapsulates the epic part of the story. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. So, folks, wow, there was a lot of boys that were jeering Elisha there. And not only that, the bears killed them all. So basically the moral is, don't call people Baldy unless you want to get eaten by a bear. And that's been the old Gospel Tim with Hobo Tim, Professor Hobo Tim. See y'all next time.